Alright, welcome back everybody. We're going to do a pod review today on a pepper plant outside in my garden. So let's go out there and take a look. Yeah, we got frost, guys. Wiped out the whole, you can see that thing right there. That giant mess that I got to clean. That was the wild hairy tomato. And it got completely wiped out early this year, or else I would have had tomatoes all over the place. In a way, that's kind of a good thing. Now I don't have to worry about cleaning it up. But unfortunately, with that frost, it wiped out pretty much everything else out here. And it wiped out a number of my other plants. I had the red manzano over there, and that one pretty much got frozen. It's still alive, so I could probably save the base, but I'm not going to waste time with it. You know, I could just regrow that from seed again and just basically start over again. Though I think a 2 or 3 year old plant. It's just a shame that it got wasted like that because of an early frost. Had I known a frost was going to come in, I would have just took all my potted plants that I have sitting out here and just put them in the greenhouse and they would have been fine, but did not know that we were going to get a frost in the second week of September. So it's coming in early. So anyway, we're going to do a review on this pepper right here, and this is called the Tabasco pepper. And here it is. We'll pick one of these and we'll do the review inside the greenhouse where I got a little more privacy rather than nosy neighbors watching what I'm doing. That's it right there. You can see they're all the plant will probably live if I was to cut it down and then bring it in. This is like a 3-year-old Tabasco plant. This thing was huge at one time. I mean, this thing was like 6 feet tall. I mean, this plant is like 6 feet tall, and the whole top of it was a canopy like a tree. You know, it looked like every other tree, loaded with these peppers. So I don't know. I'm probably not going to bring it in, but let's go inside and do our review on the Tabasco pepper. Now, I'm not sure if I ever did a review on this, but let's give you a better look being we're out here. Give you a look at it. Get the light from the sun here. Get the right sun angle. I got these glasses on. They're supposed to help me with the glare. It seems like it helps a little, but not really enough. So let's give you a look at it. That's what a Tabasco pepper looks like. This is a Capsicum frutescens, or frutescens, or something like that. That's what it is. It's not an annum, though some people argue that frutescens is an annum. It's just a different variation of it. But frutescens are always going to be little bird peppers like this. Always. I don't know of any frutescens that actually makes like a larger, you know, apple-shaped fruit or bell pepper type fruit. They're always going to be a bird pepper. So anyway, that's it. So let's bring you in and give that a go. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to do a pod review today. It's going to be on this pepper right here, and this pepper is called the Tabasco pepper. And it's been a while since I think I've done a review on the Tabasco peppers, but I really hate eating these peppers raw. In general, the way I like to eat these peppers is in salsa or some kind of dish like that, something like that, where I can eat it with, you know, maybe corn chips or beans, black beans. I like to fry the black beans. I put these in there. That's really the way I like to eat them, because the reason why is this pepper is, it's not like a regular pepper. These peppers get very soft on the inside. The whole inside will come out, and it's like forms like it's basically forms its own sauce directly inside the pepper. You just need to squeeze it out of that skin and just mix it into your salad, and you got basically raw Tabasco pepper sauce or something like that. That's basically all you got to do. Or you can just leave them in there and just throw a handful of them in there. But man, that's going to be one hot salad. And let me tell you something about Tabasco peppers. A lot of people underestimate Tabasco peppers, but my personal experience with Tabascos is that they are hot in their own right. I almost would rather eat a scorpion, do a pod review on a scorpion, than do a pod review on this thing. These things they just, the type of heat that it is absolutely furious. And it's a very vicious, aggressive type of heat. I really don't like doing pod reviews on a raw Tabasco pepper. I just don't like doing it. They make me sneeze. The heat, the burn is absolutely vicious. And I just, you know, it's not generally something I look forward to doing. I mean, I grow a lot of bird peppers, but nothing comes close to a Tabasco pepper. It has got to be one of the hottest, nastiest bird peppers that I've ever eaten out of all of them. This is one that's going to rival pretty much anything else that's out there. So, without any further ado, let's give it a go. See how it comes right off the stem like that? They come right off. They're easy to do. You just take the plant, before I chew it up, just take the plant, lean it over your bucket, and shake it. They all fall right off. You can make sauce out of it instantaneously. Okay, here we go. Okay, there it is. And, boy, that's tough. Getting it down, it's early in the morning, too. Getting that thing down is tough. Now, these got a delayed burn reaction, so you got to be careful with it. When I eat these things, my mouth starts filling up with saliva. It's like as if you turn the faucet on, I'll just start pouring out of my mouth. I mean, it's that much saliva. It really hits at that area. This is an incredibly hot pepper. It's actually starting to cramp my gut a little bit. Let's get right into the heat, and we'll talk about the flavor of Tabasco. Right out the gate, the heat's coming in. It's got that furious burn. It's coming in. It's coming in pretty strong. It's just basically burning the whole end of my tongue. It's burning underneath my tongue. It's burning my lips a little. Kind of burning into the gums. It's burning the tonsils in the back. It's warm going down. A little bit of a knot in the stomach. And it's just really the intensity of this burn is really on the front part of my tongue. Because that's where I chewed it up. Because I don't really like grinding into the seeds. I'd rather just swallow the seeds whole or spit them out. It's got that type of burn. Now, if I was to go right to the Scoville rating on this particular pepper, I'd put this Scoville rating at least somewhere around 40 to 60,000, something like that. It's definitely around there. It's not over 100, but definitely it's 40 to 60. But that burn that comes in from this, it's a type of aggressive, attacking, vicious type of acidic lava type of flowing burn. It's deep penetrating right into the tongue, and it just permeates itself into your mouth. Now, I happen to get one that's not that hot, but I've eaten these where they were much hotter than that. And boy, they have a very aggressive burn. So, let's get and talk a little bit about the flavor of Tabasco. Now, Tabasco peppers, in general, they don't taste like your typical bird pepper. They got a very unique flavor profile to it. It's very dynamic. It changes its flavors around as it travels around your mouth. Kind of dances around your tongue, goes up and down the sides, and when you swallow it, the aftertaste comes in. Tabasco peppers were chosen to make the Tabasco sauce for a very specific reason, because of that flavor that they make. They make this real unique flavor. In general, if you were to generalize, what kind of flavor would you put it into? I would put these into, like I said, the bird pepper type flavors. It's not exactly cayenne, it's not bell pepper, it's not habanero. They got like a bird pepper type flavor with a really unique, rich type of aftertaste that's very desirable. It's a very desirable, highly sought after type of aftertaste that you get from these. And it gives you just a really good, it just gives you a really good effect when you eat it. It's just a great tasting pepper. I can see why they made sauces out of it. It's that they chose that one over all the other peppers that are out there to make Tabasco peppers, Tabasco sauce, because it just has a really, really, really good flavor for that. It really, and you can use this, if you turn it into a Tabasco sauce, which I should do a video on that one day, because it's actually, there's a few ways to actually make Tabasco sauce. You can cook it down, you can ferment it if you want. You can also make what I call a cold sauce, like is what oftentimes I do, because I don't really have time, energy, patience to go through the whole fermentation process. Or you cook it down. You can cook your own sauces down and remove the seeds and then get all the rest of it and just cook it down, or just throw them into a blender and then cook it down like you do with tomato sauce. You need a lot of peppers though. But I make what's called like a cold sauce. I'll just squeeze them all out until you get enough of them inside of a, you know, like a bowl, like a soup bowl. And I'll just, after they're all squeezed out, I just kind of macerate it a little bit. I add some water to it, distilled water, so I don't change the flavor. You don't want to add sink water. And then a little bit of salt, pepper, some spices you can add to it. You mix that up, and you can just dip your you know, your corn chips right into that. And you put a little cheese on the corn chip. You can you know, melt some cheddar cheese. You know, dip it into the cheddar cheese a little bit, then dip it into the Tabasco sauce, and you could eat it like that. There's little things like that you can do. You could put it on a hot dog if you want, like if you're making an Italian hot dog where it's a hot dog on a bun with you know, you put the potato and the garlic and the onion, you know, the side dressings. If you ever had an Italian hot dog, you know what I'm talking about. You could put you could put Tabasco sauce right on top of that. You can also put the Tabasco sauce on a number of other things, including rice and beans. When I eat my rice and beans, I like to use a hot sauce. Tabasco sauce is actually a really good tasting hot sauce to use when it comes to eating rice and beans. That's how I like to eat it. And again, you can make it a cold mix, or you can cook it down and apply it that way, or you can ferment it, which is ultimately the best. Because it's like eating a pickled type of hot sauce. It's hard to explain. I've had really well made fermented hot sauces that were made homemade, but fermented with different types of peppers. I've had Tabasco that was fermented. Man, that was good, guys. That was really, really good. It's like you just dip your chips in there and eat it. That's how good it was. You don't need to apply it to anything. But it's a really good pepper to grow. These plants can be highly productive. I've had these plants like that one out there, got 6 feet tall. It had like a top canopy on it. And you'll get like literally hundreds of peppers on there. The thing got so loaded with peppers, it was actually bending the branches down with peppers on it. These plants can produce hundreds of those pods. So it's a really good, it's a good variety to grow if you're looking to get into making hot sauces. A lot of people want to get into making hot sauces. Well, Tabasco peppers really are a good baseline as far as flavor goes. Try to get you in the right light here. They're a really good baseline with that flavor. So if you really want to come up with like a basic baseline of flavor to work with, you can add Tabasco pepper and use that like your base formula, and then you can apply a lot of the other peppers to it to really give it your own twist to it. But I do like to use Tabasco peppers in other mixes when I make sauces, just to see what they would taste like. And I have come up with a couple of really good, interesting mixes using other peppers. I've come up with some really good stuff. I don't bottle my own sauce, but they do taste good. And I do write them down, the recipes. So maybe in the future I'll do a review on doing a recipe and doing a taste test on some of the sauce I make. Though, again, I don't bottle it or sell it. I should, but I don't. And maybe one day in the future we will offer that. Because I do make some pretty interesting sauces. And believe me when I tell you, I got the varieties to be able to experiment with. So, but again, that's really about it, guys. You know, it's a great pepper to grow. If you want to get into making, you know, hot sauces for using peppers, start with Tabasco peppers because they're really easy to work with, and it really starts your baseline as far as like how to compare something to something as you're making sauces and what should it be like. Start with Tabasco peppers and work your way around to other peppers, and then that way you can come up with some really good combinations for yourself. All right, guys. Guys, that's it. That's your pod review for the Tabasco pepper. I'm going to leave whatever information I have in the description below, as well as the link where you can go to the website and you can buy the seeds for these peppers. And hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.